Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we are doing the porch holiday decorations. And before we get into this, there are a couple things I need to say. One of the biggest things to remember about my porch is it is not the primary entrance into my home. Even if you're the first time coming here, my front door is not necessarily the door that you come into, because to get to my front door, you would actually park probably in the driveway or on the street, walk all the way around the condo unit to what would be considered the back, and then come in. I know, it's weird. It's really weird. Most people who come here for the first time or who I know will either call me or text me to let me know that they're in the driveway and they'll come in through the garage, the door. So there's that. Also, the other big thing about this is the fact that you can't really see my front porch from any street. I know from this picture that I'm showing you, you can see a street, but it's actually a fairly good way away. And yeah, so decorating my front porch is mainly for the people who are walking up and down the sidewalk to go to the clubhouse or go to their condos or delivery people. So yeah, it's not the biggest of deal. Secondly, my porch is, while it's a nice size, it's 12 feet deep by it's 12 feet wide by 6 feet deep. It's also sort of strange because I have my front door there, a window, and it is covered. But here's an interesting thing. It faces south. So it's not one of those things that I use a whole lot because in the summertime, it's roasting hot. In the wintertime, when those storms roll in, yeah, I can see the storms roll in. It's really cool. But yeah, so it's not a space that I use a whole ton. I do not have planting space to plant outdoor plants in, so I have planters on my front porch. So yeah, that going into it, there are a couple things I had to consider. One is I knew I wanted it to look nice, but I also knew I didn't want to go overboard. Two, I'm not going to waste putting up lights on the porch, like a whole bunch of lights on the porch, when no one can see them. No one, except for maybe the deer who have a tendency to walk down the sidewalk. That's a whole nother issue. So I decided I didn't want to do that. I knew that I'm not going to be sitting out there on the porch that often. So yeah, that's not all that important. But I did try out a few things. One of the things that I did try out were these cool, like, icicle lights that, have little, you can see it in the picture. And I found out I really don't like those. I don't like them at all. To me, I'm not a big flashing light person. As you can see, like, when you look at all these lights, which I have lights coming for that soon, you can see that I have no flashing lights in my house. So I'm not a blinking flashing light kind of person. So those will probably come down. I just wanted something simple. And I wanted it to match the indoors, which, as you can see, and you've seen that video, is pretty just plain and natural. So what could I do? Well, I thought about it for a little while, and then I was like, oh yeah, I have the branches from an old Christmas tree. This Christmas tree it was falling apart, the needles are coming off. It's not the greatest, but I had the old branches and I would use them in various spots. But now they're really beginning to lose the needles. So what I decided to do was use those to decorate the pots that I had outside, because I really can't bring those pots inside because I have no place to put them. And the other thing to think about is, like, in some of those pots, you can actually see it. There's still plants growing in this. This is actually, I think this is November 18th. There's still plants growing. I have a tomato right there by the heat pump that is still going. It'll probably die this weekend, but hey, it's still going. So I had to think about that when I was putting those things in there. I had to think about the fact that, do I occasionally sit out there? Very rarely, but occasionally. I get packages out there. And I know that the people like to put the packages in the chairs, so removing the chairs was not the best thought. The other thing about this was I just wanted it to be simple. And I wanted it to look good at night. Now, as you remember from my solar-powered lights video, I did like the torches. I did like the lights that I had out there. I had market lights out there, which I never used, so those have come down, and they're of course replaced by the lights that were the icicle lights. And the other part about this is I very rarely have I'm looking up at it right now. I very rarely have my front porch light on because there is a light right next to the porch which lights up everything. So it's really just a nice sort of space that I wanted it simple, plain, and relaxing. So I had to think about how was I going to do simple, plain, and relaxing, and then I remembered some things. One, we had gotten some fake topiaries or shrubs to use on Mom's porch, and I had a couple on my porch, and it's just like, oh, those would also work. I could put those around the chairs. That will be nice. I do like the lantern style solar lights, so that way you get that flickering light. Now, the irony is, when I went to film all my nighttime scenes, it's been dark. It's been raining. In fact, today, you'll notice that I don't have tons of shots outside because it's raining. It's raining. We're about to hit a cold spot. But I have enough that this makes me happy. It makes me delighted. But I've talked enough about this. Realistically, I need to show you my very simple, very easy, you can recreate this on your own, simple way of doing this because no one's really going to see it. But our UPS guy, I do like him. He's a nice guy. And the few people who may be walking past. But let's show it in 3, 2, 1. It really is that simple. There are just pockets of pine. Would I have loved to have had real pine out there? Oh yeah, but I had this fake pine and I might as well use it all up. So next year, yeah, I'm going to try to look for pine boughs that I can put out there, which would be really nice. Hopefully also be, the temperature and everything will be better. And the other part about this is I don't think I will ever put true lights out there simply because I don't really see the need. I just like simple, calm, and the fact that what's funny is I'll show a shot of this. What I can see from my porch right now, there's no point in having that. So yeah, I totally think that this is fine, this is wonderful. Would I like to do more? Possibly. Maybe next year I'll do garlands around the top. I doubt it though, because like I said, no one ever sees the front of my house. Like, no one. So it wasn't one of those big deals that I needed to have something major out there, but it was one of those things where I wanted to at least feel festive. Will I leave this out for most of winter? Yes. Here's why. I want to get some shots of snow. I am hoping, because they've been telling us that we might have snow starting Thursday, that I can get some shots of snow before Christmas. So then I will post them in the community tab and also post them probably on Instagram and Blue Sky. And you can check me. I'll link those down below in the description. You can check me out there, but yeah, these are fun things. It's really simple. It's really easy. That's the best part about this. You can do these things using stuff that you have around the house, especially those old Christmas trees that you're going to get rid of. Use the branches outside for a little while. Then once they're totally gone, you can pitch them and know that you got as much use as you possibly could. One thing that you want to remember is a lot of those branches are made out of plastic, and if the needles are really falling off, don't use them outside. If they're really falling off, you don't want that plastic to go everywhere into the environment. So yeah. don't do this. But with a little Christmas music and a little niceness, you can have something very calm, very relaxing, very soothing for your for your outdoors. Well, let me know what you thought about that. And like I said, I would, if I lived on a place where people would actually go past my porch, totally different story. I'd probably do a lot different than what I did. But here, no. No, it's fine. I like it. It's calm. It's relaxing. It's peaceful. Yeah. So this time I'd like to thank these wonderful people who let me go through these multiple ideas and then give me encouragement to keep going on. If you'd like to become part of the channel members or part of the Patreon family, go ahead and click that link. You will get these videos early, and you'll get a behind the scenes vlog, which you've seen, where I talk about how I did some of these things and what's going on in my mind. You can do that. You can also like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe and become part of the channel. And like I said, I really want to see what you are doing for your Christmas. So let me know what you've been up to, and I hope I get to see you again the next time you stop by.